Hello, students, welcome back. This is the second part of our discussion, and in this part, we will majorly concentrating on the furtherance of these problems that we have solved. In this part, I'll be concentrating on some pulley-based problem and some connected body problems also. I will follow through. So right now, this particular session, I hope you will enjoy just like you have enjoyed the first session. Happy learning. Now, before I move further to this problem, I would like to give you some theoretical background to the problem. Okay, so pulley system. I hope you know pulleys. Pulley system. For this particular problem, there is one theoretical background that I would like to cover so that it will be easy for you. Now, let us consider a system like this. On left side end, there is one mass m1, and on your right side end there are two masses which are interconnected here, like block B and block C. So obviously the tensions have been marked here, and in between block A and block B the string is common. So according to that, we can say, since there is no friction in the pulley, so hence tensions would be same here in between A and B. So hence I am marking them to be T1 and T1. Remember this particular approach. Always remember that these two tensions, they are always equal. Okay. Then in between block B and block C there is a connection, and due to that connection there is a new tension that is arising, that is tension T2 here. I hope this is clear. Fine. Now let's take a look at one more tension. Now this pulley has been tied up here to a particular support. Okay, now this support is connected by means of a string, and that will again contain one tension. That tension I am taking it as T3. Okay, so please remember how we can divide the tensions in such situations. I hope it is clear. Shall we move ahead now? Okay, now let us take a look at mass m1. With the perspective of mass m1, what all things we need to learn. So here, as you can see, m1 contains gravitational force m1g, then tension T1, and acceleration of this mass m1, I am taking it to be a, because acceleration of the system has been taken as a here. So accordingly, the acceleration of this particular mass or block is again what? Still it is a only, because it is Newton's system. Okay, in Newtonian system everything is under inertial state. Okay, so the with this approach I can take the acceleration to be same now. Then accordingly I can very easily write conservation equation here, or equilibrium equation. m1 into a, m1 is mass, into acceleration a, that will give me what? Inertial force, right? Okay, then that must be equal to what? Net force between tension and gravitational force. So hence T1 minus m1 into g. I hope this approach is clear. Fine. I think so, that you can keep this approach as a constant approach. Now let's move on to the next equation. From this very equation we can very easily arrive at this particular equation. Okay, so tension T1 can be calculated here as what? 2 m1 into bracket m2 plus m3 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. Okay, so this is tension T1 for you people. Okay, so you can calculate tension T1 like this. Fine. Then let us take a look at mass m2. Mass m2, in case of mass m2 there are two tensions here. As you can notice, tension T1 is considered, then tension T2 is also considered. Along with that, gravitational force m2 into g has to be considered. So hence a net force m2g plus T2 is acting downward and T1 is acting upward, and by the virtue of this I can write Newton's equation or Newton's second law equation as M2A is equal to M2G plus T2 minus T1. Accordingly, tension T2 can be calculated here as 2 into M1 M3 divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. Fine. So lastly, we'll go to the third mass, that is mass M3. In case of mass M3, again there is one tension and there is a downward gravitational force. Okay, so according to that we can write Newton's second law equation as M3 into A is equal to M3 into G minus T2, right? So according to that T3 can be calculated here. T3 is the net tension of the system. Okay, that can be calculated as 4m1 into bracket m2 plus m3 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m3. Fine. So this approach, is it clear to you guys? Fine. So you please practice these things, pause the video, and once again you write down all those equations. Okay, then proceed to the further thing. Now if you just take a look at one more last tension that particular pulley was carrying, that we have to consider. Even that also I will try to cover here. So according to that, the system, I am just recalling once again, this is the system, and according to this system, pulley, only for pulley I am considering as an equilibrium diagram. As I am mentioning, tension T3 is here and T1 and T2 are acting in the downward direction, as you can notice here. So accordingly we can say that the value of T3 will be equal to 2 times of T2. This is equilibrium condition. So accordingly, acceleration A of the net system can be calculated by using this formula. So please remember this formula and you just try to calculate this. Okay, fine. So now let's move on to the problem related to this particular approach. Okay, so now if you just observe here, the problem is 3 equal weights A, B and C of mass 2 kg each are hanging on a string passing over a fixed frictionless pulley as shown in the figure. The tension in the string connecting weights B and C is. So we must find the value of tension here. Okay. Remember, as per our theory approach, what we have learned, we must find the value of tension T2 here. Correct, tension T2, and its formula already has been given to you. So if you just substitute that particular formula and those all values if you put in, then we can comfortably write the solution as tension between M2 and M3 is given by 2 times of M1 M3 divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3 into G. So if we apply this formula, we can directly get the value of that tension as 13 Newton, which is option B for us. Fine. So I think this solution is quite easy now. Fine. So please remember, pulley based or connected body system approach is very typical. Okay, remember this. Fine. So now let's move on to the next question that we are having. Just a minute, it is loading. So now let's take a look at fourth question. Two masses of 4 kg and 5 kg are connected by a string passing through a frictionless pulley and are kept on a frictionless table as shown in the figure. The acceleration of 5 kg masses. See, a very interesting question and one of the most easiest questions that you can get in entrance exams, and this variety is very common in case of NEET exam. Okay, so now let's solution to this problem. As our first step goes, we'll go with free body diagram here. So if you just draw the free body diagram, I'll be drawing the free body diagram of M1 and M2 separately. Okay, so under that situation, I'm considering M1 mass having tension T here. Okay, similarly its acceleration or inertial force we can calculate it to be M1 into A, and next M2 mass tension T here and its inertial force is due to again same variety of acceleration, but here we should consider gravitational force. That is most important for us. Okay, so please remember that whenever there is a freely hanging object connected to any other object placed on a plane, okay, under that situation consider the gravitational force of the second body and calculate the tension. Okay, so this is the approach that you have to adopt. Now let's take a look at the solution. Okay, so T is equal to m1 into a. This is as per first block. Okay, so which is placed on horizontal surface. For this I am considering T is equal to m1 into a here. So if it is T is equal to m1 into a, then very clearly let me just remove these markings in order to not to confuse you guys. Okay, now thus I can write for second block. For second block, what is the acceleration? Acceleration is a again. What is the mass? m2. So for that reason I am writing inertial force as m2a, and that should become equal to what? m2g minus t. Correct? Because m2g is downward, t is upward, so both of them are in the opposite direction. So obviously net force will be m2g minus t, and that net force is m2 into a for block m2, right? Then combining these two or comparing these two, we can very easily write that m2 into a is equal to m2 into g minus m1 into a. So accordingly I will get acceleration a is equal to m2 by m1 plus m2 into g. So if we substitute the values here, we'll obtain the answer as 5.44 meter per second square. Okay, so this is the approach that we have to adopt. I suppose this is clear. Fine. Okay, now let's move to fifth question. Now in this fifth question, we are having the situation like this. In the arrangement shown in the figure, the ends P and Q of an unstretchable string move downwards with uniform speed capital U. Pulleys A and B are fixed. Mass M moves upward with the speed of. So we should calculate speed of mass M here. Now this is a geometry based solution kind of problem. Now let's take a look at this variety of problem. As our first step goes, again we'll go with what? Free body diagram. And if you just observe the free body diagram, I am considering the length of this particular string as L. Okay, I am considering length as L. Then the gap between two pulleys, I am considering it to be 2B. That means from the suspension point of M, okay, I am considering them to be B and B here. I hope it is advisable. And here I suggest you pause the diagram and take down this particular free body diagram, and then it will become very easy for you to solve. Okay, then eventually as P and Q fall down, the length L decreases at the rate of u meter per second, because the speed is how much? Speed is u meter per second. It is given in the problem. So accordingly the length per second, or in every 1 second, length L will decrease at the rate of what? U meter per second only, no? Correct. So accordingly we can very easily consider this to be a differentiation plus geometry based problem. Okay, so hence from this figure, considering any one of the right angle triangles, we can write L square is equal to B square plus Y square. I hope this is very clear from Pythagoras theorem, right? Then eventually will be depending on differentiation. So differentiating with respect to time, we'll get this particular differential equation that we have obtained here. So as you can notice, this is the differential that we are obtaining. Okay, so accordingly I can very easily move on to the next step. As now here one more thing, dB by dt, rate of change of width, is 0 only, no? It cannot change because the suspension point O remains same. So for that reason dB by dt remains same here. then dl by dt is nothing but speed that is given here, that is u. Then accordingly if we substitute all these values, then dy by dt will become equal to L divided by y into dl by dt. And here if we substitute everything and take speed of this mass m, speed of mass m is under a displacement of y, no? So distance covered is y here. So accordingly I am considering dy by dt as what? The speed. Then speed will become equal to 1 by cos theta into u. Okay, so here this 1 by cos theta you can very easily obtain it to be L divided by y is equal to what? 1 by cos theta, because y by L, y divided by L, that means adjacent side by hypotenuse is cos theta. Then obviously its reciprocal is 1 by cos theta. So hence we are writing L divided by y as 1 by cos theta and dl by dt as u. So that is our required answer. I suppose these problems that we have covered today as our first set of sample. Okay, so now these problems you please practice them thoroughly, and if you find any difficulty please contact us. Okay, contact me personally, then I will be able to address to the doubts that you have. Okay, so I suppose this session was clear, huh? So uh, if you if you tell me that this approach is okay with you guys, please comment. Okay, and based on your comment I'll be making such few other videos as well. Okay, so if you just, so thank you all my students, and I will come back with many of such video lectures. Okay, see you all guys soon. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant study hour and practice once again all these questions thoroughly. Okay, I'll be back soon. Thank you.